This is a very trendy spot, lots of kind of hipsters. And there's Trinity Bellwoods right there in front of us. All right, welcome to the trendiest place in Toronto, West Queen West neighborhood. This was actually labeled one of the coolest neighborhoods in the world, this #2, a couple years ago by Vogue magazine. So today we are doing a little neighborhood tour. There's some of the cool graffiti alleys that loop their way through this neighborhood, but today we're going to be going over the vibe, you know, covering the housing, some of the amenities nearby, as well as transportation, and just giving you a general idea for what the neighborhood looks like, as well as what it would be like to live here if you did, as the CN Tower right there, pretty close to downtown. So we're gonna kind of meander through one of the residential streets just south of Queen Street West. And I guess that gives us a point or we can go over kind of what the boundaries we're looking at today. So basically our Queen Street West boundary is our north, Bathurst is our east, down to the railway tracks is our south, and then we're basically going over to, I mean, it could be Dovercourt Road. That's what we are kind of looking at here today when we're talking about West Queen West neighborhood. So again, this is a very trendy spot, lots of kind of hipsters, artists, young folks that want to be in the center, not in the center city, but near downtown, while having a bit of a cool, you know, cooler culture, cooler vibes. There's a lot of little hidden galleries, ton of small scale shops, whether it's antique stores, you know, little markets, tattoo parlors. But there's also some really lively bars and you know, restaurants, things of that sort. And you've got, I guess, commercial applications that span the wall of whether it's trendy, a little upscale, or more quote unquote you know, local or a little less trendy. So generally when we're talking about the commercial areas of this neighborhood, we're gonna head back out of Queen West here in a second to just show you, but it's we've got some commercial there on Queen, on King, and on Bathurst. So basically the outer lying areas of the neighborhood. And these streets, you know, we're in a big city, so they're gonna have a lot of different services right there. You know, I guess the other thing too to keep in mind here, we are close to downtown. There's bike lanes, as you can see right here, people are using them, but there's also streetcars that service kind of east to west that will take you to kind of the more central downtown. There's also a couple buses nearby as well. But you know, the closest subway stops are a little bit further away, so I wouldn't consider them to be kind of accessible within the neighborhood itself. Okay, so now we're gonna head up to Queen West, just so I can show you guys a bit more of the commercial applications. But you know, overall here, it's a little bit lower scale on the big streets. And what I mean by that is you're not running into a ton of skyscrapers or anything like that around here, which keeps it a little bit of that, you know, it's a little bit more cozy in terms of the commercial application. So, you know, it doesn't feel as much as though you're in this massive city. There's a bit more vibe, friendliness, culture, whatever you want to call it, that makes it feel as though there's a bit of its own kind of life in there. There's another one of those graffiti alleys And yeah, now the cool thing about this area too is it's close to a couple parks. You got Trinity Bellwoods and Stanley Park, and both these have like Trinity Bellwoods is kind of right up there with High Park for Toronto in terms of just a large park space that has everything, you know. It's got tennis, a pool, fields. Trinity has actually like walking trails. You can take the dog there. A lot of people like to picnic there in the nicer months, get outside. And again, because this neighborhood isn't super big, we've also got Stanley Park, which has dogs. Good for dogs, I should say. Baseball, basketball. The Trinity Bellwoods has a rink too, which is cool. An outdoor rink. So we're actually coming up to the Trinity Bellwoods Park right here. We're going to see. But you know, as we walk along here, just a lot of like trendy little bars, restaurants, and then shops. It's like a Ukrainian church there. And there's Trinity Bellwoods right there in front of us. Yeah, there's cool little bakeries. But just very accessible. And then we're gonna tuck back down one of these side streets soon. You can see the park right there. And we'll go kind of discuss the housing. There's kind of the big gates to the park, the front gates. Okay, so now we're gonna head back into the neighborhood and take a look at some more housing stock, and then we'll go over kind of some prices as well as what is available currently, and you can make your own assumptions based off of that. So I guess without further ado, well, we're looking at condos. So this is September 2023, and I like to just put the lower price stuff in there because obviously in Toronto and everywhere when it comes to real estate, things tend to get much more expensive. The more work that's been done to them, the bigger space there is, and you know, when we're in a neighborhood like this where we're quite close to downtown, a lot of it is about the real estate itself, right? The land. So as I was saying, a condo was 1 bedroom, $500K, again, small square footage. So that's kind of the cheapest option for living here. And then a house, which is a townhome with 3 beds, was listed for 1.2 million. That was a bit of a, again, that's going to be a fixer-upper, right? You're not getting the nicest house on the block. So yeah, you've got a lot of townhomes in here. Things are jammed pretty packed together. In terms of the safety, you know, we're close to downtown here, so you do honestly, you'll run into some folks with either mental health issues or addiction issues. I don't know how prevalent that is on kind of the side streets, but when you're out on, Queen West, I mean, you have a chance of running into folks. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. I think this neighborhood, again, it's a neighborhood that's gone through a lot of changes. It's very trendy, and I'm sure wherever you're living, that is kind of the spot. Very similar vibes to wherever you're living, right? If you live in a trendy area, or if you have a city that has a trendy area, they all have that kind of same aspect to them. It's an area that's going through change. So again, the big thing for folks that are kind of tuning into this channel for the first time, what we try to do here is just a lot of video content on Canada's biggest, best cities, as well as the neighborhoods, so that you guys have a good idea for, what would it be like to live in those neighborhoods, right? Rather than just kind of reading blogs or whatever, you get to come out here and see a little bit of the neighborhoods themselves. And our goal at our company is basically, we've built out a massive network of real estate professionals, whether it's real estate agents, lawyers, whoever, to connect you with the resources that you need when you're buying or selling in Canada. So whether you're moving between cities, between provinces, or maybe you're coming from inside or outside of Canada, we've got the resources here, and we love it when people reach out to us, and we'd love to help you find a home, or assist with you finding a home as well. So yeah, that's what we're here for, and we're trying to come out with more content. Again, if there's something you feel like I leave out on these neighborhood tours or other videos that I do, then leave a comment. I love just trying to improve the content so it's more valuable to the people that watch it. Be sure to like and subscribe. That boosts me to people like you who might find the content useful. Other than that, though, we're coming up on King West, which is kind of another, commercial-ish neighborhood. If you were to keep going down this way, you'd run into some, good bars, restaurants, kind of closer towards the downtown core there, where you can see the streetcar. People will take bikes up along here. And, yeah, other than that, though, folks, I'm going to leave us there with a beautiful shot of the CN Tower in the background there. And other than that, have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.